What you think about when you're born into a fire? Let them burn it out. Sell them to the richest buyer. They wanna let the world decay. They tell us lies and fade away, fade away. We feel betrayed. We were raised to lose the race. Wake at the back of the pack, kill it anyway. Listen up now, because we're never dropping out. Beat the odds, beat the big house. Our brains are bigger than the doubt. We've been thinking for ourselves, never let the truth fade away. This is bigger than ourselves, we won't let the world burn away, burn away. We feel betrayed. We were raised to lose the race. Wake at the back of the pack, kill it anyway. To blame, haters face the world's mistakes. Wake at the back of the pack, kill it anyway. And we feel betrayed. We were raised to lose the race. Wake at the back of the pack, kill it anyway. To blame, haters face the world's mistakes. Wake at the back of the pack, kill it anyway. You think you've got my number figured out? A motive born in drought and brevity. And if I'm not the soul of your design, I blatantly decline your remedy. Don't box me in, don't, or I'll leave. I'd rather be a dreamer, I'd rather be free, I'd rather be a leader, I'd rather be a queen, I'd rather be a singer in a trashy cover band. I'd rather be a closer, I'd rather be clean, I'd rather be a poser in a magazine, I'd rather be pretty much anything else than your machine. I wasn't always just a single shade, a palette full of gray in reverie. And I can burn it brighter than the sun. I have a golden gun inside of me. Don't box me in, don't. I'd rather be a dreamer, I'd rather be free, I'd rather be a leader, I'd rather be a queen, I'd rather be a singer in a trashy cover band. I'd rather be a closer, I'd rather be clean, I'd rather be a poser in a magazine, I'd rather be pretty much anything else. And if I fall behind, ignoring all the signs, and if I lose the fight, I still rage against the night. I'd rather be a dreamer, I'd rather be free, I'd rather be a leader, I'd rather be a queen, I'd rather be a singer in a trashy cover band. I'd rather be a closer, I'd rather be clean, I'd rather be a poser in a magazine, I'd rather be pretty much anything else than your machine.
Hello, ladies and gentlemen. It is I, the Forever DM. FPS Diesel, hello. What's crack-a-lackin', guys? Okay, so this is an interesting one. Did not really expect to hear these videos in this fashion. I should mention I have not watched them. Hello. Yeah, I know. I'm wearing the same PJs I was last time. And I haven't shaved. Camping trip, the Western, which will start this month. I know I keep saying that, but it is. What else? It was a third. Oh, and pillows. We've shipped like 25 to 35 orders. So the toxic pillows are getting out to people. If you're curious, there's a 6 to 8 week lead time, right? Because we had a 6 to 8 week pre-order. You know, it takes 6 to 8 weeks to produce and send all these out. We just hit 6 weeks. There are some people who forgot that and think that it should be there already. But either way, we've sent out a lot of them, and we're doing our best to get all of them out. So yeah.
This is a certified hood classic.
It's my birthday today and here I am paying you. Damn, must be something in this coffee. Buy mana potion coffee today or else.
Thank you, Greg. Happy birthday. I gotta make sure to share the Western stuff with you as a Dungeons and Dragons person to Dungeons and Dragons person. But thank you, Greg. When is my bath water arriving? I'm sorry. I'm a shower man. The best I can do is percolated ball sweat. Diesel boy smell deodorant. So yeah, there is quite some stuff. I've survived one more year. And many more, Greg. You may say you're uncool, but you are cool. So yeah, shit's been interesting in the Yandere dev camp. I have been following and been kept up with the Joneses, as it were. I am planning on doing things that are not this, but I have been keeping up with the Joneses. Couple things happened post the video. So I put out the video and things were quiet for a little bit. I mean, aside from r/Osana spurging out, which, by the way, guys, you can hate me all you want, but I ain't gonna lie here. I'm probably the best you're gonna get to defend you people. Because some of this stuff is really goofy. Jazz. I like how the first thing I hear is percolated balls. And also very other diesel related things. Speaking of, the model's been updated. Mishi did stuff to it, and I haven't been able to show you all yet, but you will see it, and I am excited to show it because it's mad hot and super sexy and way better looking than me. I also haven't shaved. I was letting it grow out for the camping trip as well. I think I mentioned that, and I've just been so busy I haven't done it. I'll probably do it after today's stream. Um, but yeah, so there were weird things where like some of the people involved from like the r slash Osana thing. Yeah, the cock swings. The cock swings. There is a cock. There's a cock button. Um, they were like saying how I got Anne's name wrong, which that's a shortening of her full name. Even still, the basis of her name is such a minor detail in comparison to the actions. I feel like her name could be like Spuds McKenzie or something, and you'd still get the same message at the end of the day. That is a shortening of her full name, of which, like, the server that was talking about this was like, oh, we have her full name. Okay, great. You have the docs of a teenager, you crazy person. Maybe let's reel it in a little bit. Like, I don't go around being like, I know where Anne goes to school, and I do. But I'm not going around being like, I know her full name. That's weird. Okay, that's weird. That's a weird way to handle that. I wouldn't talk about it in that fashion. That's just weird. But yeah. Her name is Anthony. Well, no, but sure, it can be if that is what you wish. There's also protections in place regarding minors and covering them on the internet. I think as time has passed and I reflect on that previous work, I probably would have just shown Anne's face, right? But I won't, because that would break terms of service with YouTube. So, but yeah, I like having Anne's like full, like if I were to name docs Anne's full name on stream or in a video, that might be kind of pushing it, right? Anne is short for Anthony. Right? It's short for Andy. But the point is that we don't really need to know those things, right? Or people who are tertiarily related to the story have become main characters now, right? So here's the thing. In regards to the full story, the picture of which I wove for you, audience, the characters that you learned about were the main characters. But as those characters have gone silent or moved on, those characters who really wanted the spotlight are now finally getting the spotlight, though not for the reasons that they think. They are the butt of the joke. They are not the ones making the joke, right? So that's where they are in this situation. Anne is short for annoyance. Yeah, that's true. I'm certain Anne's gonna have. I know Anne is online. I'm certain Anne's gonna have a lot to say. Um, so yeah, so that's what happened with the r slash Osana people. They also said a bunch of other things. For example, I was called like bigot, homophobe, a homophone, all the phobes, all really ridiculous shit. This is the problem with anti communities. They tend to create these really stupid cringe echo chambers, and it's like so fucking stupid. It's not worth the energy, right? And I would engage pretty regularly with them from a place of, there was one person who had like a triangle profile picture, and they were the only person from that camp who would reach out and ask questions genuinely, and I would answer them because they did what I said. Oh, if you come to me and you ask questions genuinely, I'll answer them, right? I'll give my take or whatever. And I did, and And to answer their question from the end of last stream, because I had to send to me after I finished, the tweet that I deleted was in regards to a conversation that I did not feel confident having a full-on conversation with at the time, and I thought that I had burned a bridge completely in that moment, so I went and I did that, right? But I ended up it kind of ended up, undoing itself. So I deleted it and I said, well, let's wait and see what happens, right? But anyway, that is why that tweet regarding the conversation I had with Cameron and Anne got deleted. Anyway, all that to say, yeah, me, Nani, Cameron, and Anne had a conversation. Nani, as you know, is Little Guys Incorporated's premier detective and researcher. She was my other pair of eyes in this conversation. It was an interview that happened over text message in a group chat where we would ask Anne questions. And yeah, she's a really smart young lady, way smarter than everyone else involved. Yeah, I appreciate the answer. Yeah, I had a feeling you were going to be watching. But yeah, anyway, to further expand on that statement, because I will be discussing it now, and I have a feeling this video is going to be why I'm discussing this. But again, I also haven't watched Cameron's video, right? So, for example, and I'm speaking in generalities here rather than specifics, though that the specific happenings of that chat may become public knowledge at some point. I need to go through it, and I'd like to focus on the Thorpe family for a little bit, but we'll see what happens. The basic gist of it is that Nani and I would ask Anne questions that either we knew the answer to or that she would have trouble answering. So stuff like regarding her past with the pedo baiting, to which she gave multiple answers, or different things would be happening in the conversation where it was like, well, that's not really an answer. So she'd give a lot of non-answers. So you got to understand, guys, that people don't lie outright. If I say, listen, what color do you think the sky is? And they lie and they go, the sky's blue. Or they're not, the sky's blue, because then they'd be telling the truth, right? They'd say, oh, the sky is fucking green, right? People don't lie like that when you're kind of like grilling them or trying to really get to the answer or something. Here is how people lie, right? They go, why are we talking about the sky when, what we're really talking about is clouds? And I mean, you and I both know that clouds are white, right? So like, why are we even talking about the cloud, like the sky, when the real topic of conversation is these clouds? And, like the grass is green. That's a lie by omission. People lie by omission, right? That is a tactic people use to lie, and you don't do it consciously, but you do it. And the way Anne operates is that she'll do something like that, but then she'll also pile on useless junk information. And I don't know how much of this she does consciously versus subconsciously, but I do imagine a lot of it is conscious. Where she espouses on things very, like, at an extreme amount, to the point where you're like trying to reel back into conversation, and it would just go on tangents constantly because she wants to take it where she wants to take it. So the conversation was kind of, how do we get information out of this person that we know is a known liar? And it was constant back and forth to figure out those things. I'm not going to discuss any more details than that, other than I found a lot of Anne's answers very interesting and strange, and the conversation was very interesting. But that I will hold the rest of those cards from the conversation in my hand and not play them now, because Anne is the issue, in my opinion, now, right? Yeah, derailing and giving tangential info is very common in lying because we believe a lie wouldn't have so much detail. Yeah. Right. Um, so let me lay the groundwork here. There's some beef between an obvious beef between r/Osana, which is the Yandere dev anti-community, and Cameron F305, who is the moron who called into my stream previously, that was glazing me. And yeah, if you've seen the stream or if you haven't seen the stream, I highly recommend you do. I will clip that in the future, because the debate is very funny. um, but yeah, so there's that. There is pre-existing beef. Obviously, Cameron used to be the defense public face for Yandere dev quite frequently. Cameron has been accused of a lot of things by the r/Osana community, and as such, that has continued on and on and on. The main one is that r/Osana would make arguments, and these are recent arguments, saying that Cameron sexually assaulted Anne, and they argue that that is something Cameron did based on testimony and kind of very loose evidence they got from Anne, and a few other little things, about Cameron's character, or about how he's a liar or a frequent manipulator or snake, to which I think he is many of those things. But we all want the massive dunk. We don't want to get those small wins. So r/Osana can overextend themselves quite a lot, right? But as a result of that, Cameron has done something very interesting, and I said to him in a conversation, and this was post everything. This is actually after the conversation I had with him, Nani, Anne, and myself, where I was like, listen, you got to exonerate yourself. You got to focus on, addressing those things that people in this situation, like, don't see you addressing, and you're not addressing these things, right? And he should have made it about that. But I look at this video and I go, okay, we're doing the losers, creeps, pedos thing, right? Which I know I got it from Turkey Tom, but I think he got it from me. Hi, Cloudy. Right? So I think he got it from me. And so instead of exonerating himself, it seems like he is he is going to throw shots at the opposition, right? So instead of protecting himself, protecting his neck, he's going for a jab, all right? So yeah, there's that. All right, that was interesting. Okay, so we're gonna watch this. I haven't seen it yet. Let's get going.
Imagine yourself in the following situation.
Whoa, pause. All right.
Imagine yourself in the following situation.
Can we hear it, guys? It might be a little loud. This is not a good start. Okay. All right.
After my last video, you might be shocked by the title. However, I'm not. After everything that has happened over the past few years with this community, especially over the past few months, I knew something like this would have to be made eventually. Originally, I was going to fully leave this on someone else, but after seeing the response made by these people, of which who I did not expect to be the ones making the response, I knew this had to be done. And after some guidance from some good friends and people I trust, I decided that this was the move to make. Like
No, this was not the move to make. It wasn't the move to make. Here's why you shouldn't have gone after any of the people involved in the situation, right? You're being accused of a felony. Right? These people in this situation are already completely, like, it's hard for somebody to go and listen to like a Reddit or a Discord mod about the realities of the possibility of a felony, right? But here you are making an hour-long video about nothing but the mods of this stupid fucking community.
Said earlier, I did foresee myself making a response. I just didn't expect this group of people, or this person, to be the one making it. Either way, the plan still worked. Everything came to fruition, and it was worse than I could have ever imagined.
What is all this weird Zoomer crap? I can't read any of your information. That's very possible that she had multiple people teach her how to pirate Sims 4 DLC, so I think... Guys, you gotta understand. I don't want to be that guy, but I kind of feel like the Sims 4 DLC discussion. Okay, so here's something Anne has done. So Anne will go to people and she'll be like, buy me Sims 4 DLC. And you know, the people she asks are the marks that she's reverse grooming. So she'll be talking to a pedophile and she'll be like, buy me Sims 4 DLC. Right? And then they'll be like, I guess I got to, right? And then that's what happens. All right? She did it to Yandere though. She did it to Cameron. Fucking... She did it to somebody else recently, by the way. Okay? She did it to somebody else. So let's start. Let's get into it, okay? Let's see. Okay, all right. So, I think this Blake guy is like a mod in Cam's server. All right. Hold on. She's still doing it now. So I think this Blake guy is a mod in Cam's server. And interestingly enough, right? There's a character in the server. Don't worry, I'm pulling up a screenshot now. So, oh, who's that? Oh. Really? Blake. KDM. That's nice. You're nice. Anyway, Blake, can you do me a favor and get me some Sims 4 DLC? My plug has been avoiding it. Pokemon. I know it's my destiny. So that's Anne. That's Anne. All right. Cameron said to me in a call that he was thinking of screwing over Anne and two-timing her. And I was like, listen, if you want to exonerate yourself, you need to sell this girl up a river without a paddle. Right? But instead, he added Anne to his community server on a new account. To which she started talking, assumedly, to this Blake guy. And is now asking for fucking DLC in the general. Except another one. That's an interesting one that you just sent, Naughty. We'll get to it in a minute. I'm sure we will. Sims 4 Sugar Baby. It's quite the goofy one, and yes, it is her. Another. Listen, like, this makes me sound like such an evil person, but like Anne needs to be locked in a rubber room. This girl is absolutely psychotic. Here it is. Here's the account. Right? It's Anne. Her weight is listed. Formerly known as Jelly Squish. Autistic, so don't mind the lack of tone or too much tone. Don't read into it. You fucking not autistic. You're a psychopath. Oh my god. There's a lot more. So yeah, so today she joined the server today, by the way. I have evidence of that. Why is her weight on it? I'll let you guys pontificate on why her weight is listed, okay? Oh, March 31st, 2024. Welcome, Annalyn. We hope you brought pizza today at 3 p.m. This happened today, guys. Literally happened today. All right. I guess she's been in a server before based on what I'm reading right here. Right? Let's see. Oh my God. This is interesting. I need to tell lyrics about this. Oh my God. I need to tell lyrics about this. He's gonna cringe so hard. Oh shit. All right. So let's get into it, right? With Jelly, I'm famous. Oh my God, you're back. I had to take a break to go on a cocaine bender. Oh wow, cocaine. Did your ex-boyfriends take that? Okay. Skull emoji, right? Glad I was born 23 years ago. I was born 17 years ago. Blake, I was born 17 years ago. I hope you were.
$20 from Suicidal's Law. How's it going, sugar baby? You can buy some Sims 4 DLC with this.
Thanks, Daddy. Do you think the sexiest man ever, Lyrics, will ever interview me again about this? I've been fangirling for weeks. Sexiest or sexist? Oops. I think both. Lyrics is not only the sexiest, but also the most sexist. Oh no. I need to make sure he knows. I gotta make sure. There's also another YouTuber involved. I think she's like an art commentator or something. There were some statements that Anne made about her as well. Very interesting statements, but we'll go pull those up now.
$10 from Cat was taken. Sims 4 DLC isn't enough, sugar baby. Buy yourself some texture paints for your Warhammer figurines.
Thanks, Cat. I appreciate it. I'll make sure to stop by my local gaming store. Oh shit. Here. I'm sorry. I'm pulling these down all now. Oh, this one's pretty bad. I do play The Sims. I have over 300 hours in The Sims. Actually. There we go. What was that? 5. We need 6, 7, 8, 9. All right. Oh, that's backwards. I'll go this way. There. We have a new member at the gas station. Welcome. We're all crazy down here. All right. I feel bad for Callie Mara, TBH. We should call Callie an ambulance. She was just trying to help, but she got wrapped up with all these degens, including me. Here's the thing. I think Anne knows that the creators that she's talking about are going to see that she's talking about them. Right? She just is. But she was pretty spot on about Cameron until Maddie twisted her words. Like, Anne should stop talking. She's sweet too, like actually nice and willing to listen. I think her and Bug are the only non-assholes. Don't talk about Bug. Bug is a nice person. They willfully, they know you're crazy. Okay. Let's see. Until she went the rape route and twisted all of our words. Yeah, you guys didn't. There wasn't rape. She was 16 and you were 19 and you had sex in a state where she was legal. Okay, that's what happened. All right. Go away, queer. Then got IRL people involved for nothing. So she spired into her whole herself. She spiraled herself, right? Okay. But remember, guys, Anne and Cameron fucked. They had sex. Okay? I know that bothers some people when I say that, but they did. Okay? That happened. But depending on what happens over the course of the stream will depend on whether or not I say certain things later. Okay? So don't think I don't... Cameron, don't be stupid. Let's see. Blah, blah, blah. All right. Here's a pretty bad one. Blake, answer my DM question. So Blake is already getting worked over for Sims DLC. Okay, interesting. Cameron posts this in his server like a crazy person. All right. Strip poker with you seems fun. We should do it. It is fun. He's bad at poker. Just prepare to lose all interest when he takes the wig off. And is gonna ruin Cameron's life, guys. And I don't care if it ruins his life anymore, because he just, like, I've never seen a young man be so stupid. Okay, for a young man, he is probably one of the, like, most ridiculously whipped. Like, I honestly, at this rate, the only reason that Anne is around Cameron is because, like, Anne must be holding his family hostage, okay? Like, what kind of leverage does she have over him that Cameron is still willing to make concessions for her, okay? Anyway, let's get back to this video. I know I delayed it quite a bit. Oh my god. What a great video, Cameron.
Hey guys, it's Cameron here. This video tonally will not be nearly as serious as my last video. However, we still will be having a few serious discussions. Either way, there was a response video made to my last video called The Lies of Cameron F305.
Yeah. Madeline is like some fucking Discord mod or something. And I will say this person has been very uncharitable to me. I also haven't seen their video. Maybe I'll take a look at it after this. But I know this person has been very uncharitable to me. But I can't imagine Cameron is going to be genuine or honest about anything when it comes to the lies.
Beautiful thumbnail, by the way. I love the devil horns. It really helps your case.
What the fuck is this, Cameron? This is stupid. What did you take? You do drugs before doing this?
Bruh. This video was uploaded by a user named Maddie Nolan, and on the surface it looks innocent enough, but once you dig a little deeper to who this person is and their connections with a certain community, you will see a history of lies, manipulation, and absurdity.
Let's see. r/Osana, Discord moderator. Guys, they're a Discord mod. Grown-ass woman claims to be married. Who cares? That has nothing to do with the situation. Their status of marriage and the time they waste on Discord will only... No, I'm not going to be, like, unjustly mean to them, okay? Because they're already, like... And she's a C... I talked to Maddie, and she's a C word, to be honest. Yeah, Maddie is a C word. Sorry, Maddie. I know you'll see this because you spend nothing but time online. But yeah, you kind of are a fucking asshole.
You will see a history of lies, manipulation, and
This better be absolutely outrageous, okay? You better have something fucking brutal to destroy Madeline, okay? Because, like, she's an asshole and she's weird, but all she did was, like, listen to Anne, okay, and trust Allie. So outside of her being, like, a moron, like, what exactly did she do to make your life bad, right? What does it have to do with things that you were being accused of, right? Because if you just accuse her of things in turn, that is just nothing here.
Absolute insanity. This person, Maddie Nolan, is a moderator and higher up of a subreddit turned community known as Osana, a community made for discussion of Yandere Simulator, sans the censorship of its creator.
Maddie is one of the original mods of the Yandere Sim subreddit that sold it to dev for a couple thousand. Afterwards, they made r/Osana, and now people use it than Sim. Okay, so that explains her relevance and things, right? But as for the story at hand, right, that I told in my video, she's not a main character. She's just not. But great to know. I guess they're all regretting selling it to dev now, right?
See how true that is. And before we get into the insanity of the community, let's first dig into this video. Then I'm gonna go into some of the claims made in this video. Keyword some of, this is because most of them are easily debunked by watching my last video, because there is a lot of cut context, which we will get into in a moment. Lastly, we're gonna go into who is behind this video, and the absolutely horrible.
If you try to do a character assassination on the basis of things that have happened in her personal life, you've completely ruined all chances you have of ever recovering.
Horrific degeneracy and hypocrisy that plagues the community associated with her.
Cameron's saying grown-ass adult like he isn't a grown-ass adult. Yeah.
Let's get right in. Unlike Maddie, her overlord, and his community, I can actually take some criticism. So before we get into
No, you can't.
how awful this video is, I'm gonna go over the critiques that I think were fair and that I'm going to take on the chin. First critique that I'll completely take on the chin.
You're fine. I guess I gotta watch Maddie's stupid fucking video first. Fine, let's go watch it. Fine, fine. You want 44 minutes? We're gonna be here all fucking night, guys. We're gonna put this on 1.5.
Hello everyone, I was never planning on making a video about this situation. However, watching Cameron's video in full, I just cannot not make this video. The intention of this video is to make the already
I'm I'm like insulting a 26 subscriber Andy. Go get a fucking full-time job, lady. I'm sorry.
8 gigabytes of evidence easily accessible and easily show the contradictions within Cameron's video itself. Apologies if some of this is unpolished. I really don't want to spend a lot of time on this, and honestly, his video is just a really hard watch. I'm going to cut some stuff for time. His original video is 2 hours and 46 minutes long, I believe.
Oh my god,
and
Japanese.
Changing any part of this video. You purposely cut a lot of videos and context and
Diesel have strapped in for hell. I don't know what the fuck you meant by that, Chris, but okay, I am strapped in.
cherry-picked your evidence. If you wanted to talk about fallacies, we can go ahead and talk about cherry-picking, but I digress. I guess let's just get this over with, everyone.
Hey, it's been an insane period of time, to say the least. I don't want to waste much time in this video. I'd like to cut right to the points, but first off, if you don't know, there have been a couple people who've decided to throw some really, really serious claims and allegations against me. I want to make myself clear immediately and tell you that these allegations are false. I did not abuse or assault Krexa.
We are already on to
Whoa, pause. The whole, like, who abused who in the Krexa Cameron situation is a completely moot point. Nobody was there except for those two people, right? The evidence that Krexa brought to the screen and that Cameron brought to the screen shows really not much of anything, okay? It's just two people who are completely dysfunctional arguing with each other. And again, Krexa recently, well, which by the way, they tried to paint Krexa out as some victim of circumstance, right? Well, Krexa ran off with the donation money that r/Osana was raising for her. So, like, who the fuck is ever going to, you know, shed a tear for the shit that happened to Krexa now when she ran off with all of the money that these people were putting up for her to stop being homeless? Okay, she went and she spent it on useless garbage and crap, like.
our first lie. I'm not going to address this one right now as he goes further into detail shortly, so all of the contradictions will come up there, but just take note that this is
right? So like it can't even be a contradiction because most of these things are just going to be a he said, she said, or their arguments, right? We don't have like video footage of him beating Krexa. We don't have video footage of him like threatening Krexa. And I know there's like that clip chimp where it's like him choking her and she gets like a little distressed. But like the way it's portrayed is that r/Osana would like you to think that this is like a consistent thing that happens over and over and over, and that she was under duress and all this crazy shit. But the matter of fact is that there's a bunch of stuff. Krexa ended up spending over $1,000 sending. Oh yeah. So yeah, I know Krexa ended up sending after talks sent $1,000 to the other person in a GoFundMe, unless that other 1,000 is something else that happened recently. Either way, right? It's hard to expend empathy to Krexa when that's the kind of person she is, which is the kind of person I thought she was. So
the first lie.
I do not support Yandere dev, nor am I working for Yandere Simulator. I never dated Anne.
We are already on to lie number 2. Anne herself has confirmed that they were dating. There are multiple.
Okay, so as for whether or not Anne and Cameron are dating is a bit of a up in the air thing. When I talked to Anne, she said they'd never dated, but they had sex and they hooked up, and they had sex multiple times. But as for whether or not they dated, it seems to be like, oh no, it was just a fling. Oh no, blah blah blah. So it's one of those things that goes back and forth, right? No, it sounds like you already know about it then. Okay, so that is the one I'm talking about. All right, yeah. So yes, Krexa did end up giving some money back. That shouldn't have happened at all. She shouldn't have been in charge of the money. Period. But yeah, as for Cameron and Anne dating, that's one of those things where Anne says two things. This is the speaking out both sides of her mouth part, where it might not be them dating, right? Or it could have been that they dated. But the reality is that we just don't know, and you're just trusting Anne's words. But I'm telling you right now, Maddie, you don't know. You don't know, because Anne is the kind of person who would lie and tell the best answer to whoever she's talking to at the time. It would be more beneficial to your story if Anne and Cameron were dating, right? But to other people's stories, she might say something else. Now, whether or not they did or didn't date, I don't really know, but I do know that they had sex.
I never dated Anne.
We are already on to lie number 2.
You want to talk to Krexa again? I was complaining about my school and how my dad isn't very understanding, and he asked if I'd like to stay with him. Freaked me out. Then he started calling me perfect and saying stuff about how short I am and how he loves my body. I want to know if he did this to Krexa too. I need to know if this is a pattern.
Anne herself has confirmed that they were dating. There are multiple screenshots, which will be shown on screen and of course linked in the description below, showing that they considered themselves to be in a relationship together and that he has been harassing her.
So, okay, here's another interesting thing. I don't know if, why do these people have wrenches by their names? Those are mods.
First linked in the description below.
I want, no, I want one. Okay, so Anne and Cameron were having an argument from what I remember, right? And so here's what it sounds like to me when I read this. Please trust me. Please, it was an accident. I swear to you, please, just hear me. Let me explain. Let us work this out. I had no bad intent. From what I remember, Cameron was accused of like calling cops on Anne, and Anne freaked out, right? And then was like, I'm going to ruin you, Cameron, right? And she started having a quote unquote manic episode, right? So it kind of seems like Cameron right now, to me, based on the conversations I've had, is that, and again, I also had conversations with Anne about this, so she would admit that she did have a manic episode, and was accusing Cameron of things, right? This looks like to me like Cameron, and we're missing some stuff here, but it looks to me like Cameron was trying to save his ass after Anne was like, I'm going to fuck you, right?
They considered themselves to be in a relationship together.
So you're my life. See, I don't know if it looks to me like he's trying to save his ass, right? I beg of you on everything, right? Like that's something you say if somebody's like, I'm gonna kill myself or I'm gonna go ruin your life, right? That's the kind of thing.
And that he has been harassing her since the alleged breakup.
Okay. Yeah. So this is about the screen recordings that Cameron had sent to me. They're talking about me in this conversation. Yeah, and sent it to a YouTuber to make me look bad. She is mad at Cameron, right, for sending me a clip that made her look like shit. You know, the one where she talked about running a honeypot Discord server, right? This is what she's talking about in this very moment.
In addition to this, there was a voice call that happened probably about 3 hours ago from the time of this recording where Cameron heavily...
And yeah, Cameron is like absolutely on his fucking knees trying to get her back. I wasn't trying to upset you. You know how much you mean to me. I'm really fucking sorry. I cannot handle you not being there. Please fucking respond to something. Please don't fucking abandon me right now. I can't deal with this. I want to fix this. I don't want to fucking lose you. I'm tired of all of this. I just want you to be happy. Right? So I understand how you could take this that, oh, I think they were in a relationship on the basis of lines like, you know how much you mean to me, or I don't want to fucking lose you. Right. But also in the same breath, Cameron talks about how the only person he could relate to through this entire situation was Anne. Right. Because Anne understands where I'm coming from. She understands me. She gets it. Right. And that they're close friends. Right.
Insinuates that he's still in contact with her. I ask him about it, and he does not deny being in contact with her still.
First off, right off the bat, I just wanted to confirm I am 19 years old. The thing I should really kill first with all my proof is that I've been undercover working for Yandere to try to clear his name from his latest allegation. That's not true. I can pinpoint the exact date I learned what he was doing, when he lied to me about what happened, when I learned what actually happened, when I learned I was being lied to, and when I decided that I'd never return to the project. And not continue a friendship with him. For a while, I did still continue to have avenues of contact with him, but that was because I was under a contract to finish an agreed amount of music. I had made this very public since the day I suspended work. No one wanted me to finish the music more than I did. It's just the fact that, given that someone I considered a friend and looked up...
So right now we're about 3 minutes into Maddie's video, and a lot of it seems to be predicated on you trusting Anne telling them the truth. And I don't think Anne has told any of us the truth. I don't think she's told me the truth. I don't think she's told any of them the truth. I did get it from Turkey Tom, by the way. I mean, that's really not, that's the least of your worries, buddy.
And really, cared about and wanted to help. Had just done something that I morally despised, number one, and had lied to me, and I felt backstabbed and betrayed. I was hurt and sick, and I needed a break for my own emotional well-being. That's why these details took so long to come out. That's why the 2023 album never came out. Again, I want to make it very clear that I never assaulted anyone. What the fuck? Not in any way. I've always been extremely...
I don't know if, like, that could either be a clip, like, again, like, the idea is that he's choking Krexa, like, all the fucking time, and, like, holding her hostage, and we just don't know, right? That clip does not confirm that.
Careful about boundaries, but when it came to physical boundaries, it was something I always wanted to make extremely clear, especially with women. What the fuck?
Right? So it's like, oh, this one time he broke the boundary. He must be breaking it all the time, right? That's the logical, like, follow through from that. But again, it's just not enough. This is one thing in isolation, right? And again, he shows other things where she responds more positively in his video.
I've been close with Krexa for a long time, and a lot of the details I'll have to give in this video are things I personally didn't want to. So I'll lay it out here since the allegations made against me are too much to ignore. First, I'm going to address her claims, then explain my side of the story with her. One of the big claims she made about me is that she outlined everything that triggers her PTSD, which is untrue. She had told me that she had undiagnosed mental illnesses and believed she had PTSD. I told her I'd be as accommodating as I could, and I'd provide her a place to stay until she could get back on her feet. She claims the moment that she came here that I tried to kiss her, which is also untrue. She said, quote, I had a hard time saying no, which is very different from, quote, I said no 10 times.
But then on his end, it's like, I really didn't tell him no. So I'm like, I didn't really tell him no a lot whenever he would do that. It wasn't like forcible rape. So I don't feel like I can come on here and say.
I cannot believe we even have to address this. Violent rape is not the only type of rape. Sexual coercion is also sexual assault and rape. This occurs when someone does not enthusiastically consent. On screen, you can see an article that is also linked.
Were you there? Were you there in the room, Madeline? This is like above your pay grade. It's above my pay grade. Listen, I'm the fucking guy who's sitting here doing I do a fucking goblin voice. I pretend to be a goblin. I like to jerk off to fucking elves. Oh, I like to point the ears. Like, right? Okay. If Krexa had consensual sex with Cameron and then post sex was like, shit, I shouldn't have done that, right? Then you had regrettable sex. Okay, Cameron, don't thank me, you fucking moron, you fucking idiot, you fucking stupid fucking idiot. Oh my god. You're just trusting somebody's word against somebody else's, right? This is the exact kind of thing that we talk about in every single allegation, right? Like, we're just assuming Krex is telling the truth, or Cameron's telling the truth. And the basis of it is that, oh, Krex is nuts. That's it. That's the only thing I can just, like, understand from here, right? Now, Cameron's nuts in his own stupid way, but that's different than the way Krexa does it, right? Because Krexa would tell a story, but then also add things that didn't need to be in it that made it more salacious. She's doing a thing in journalism that you call gilding a lily.
Description below describing what sexual coercion is and how it works. Some examples of sexual coercion are harassment, guilt tripping, lies, threats to the relationship, blackmail, fear, intimidation, power
You're just reading you're reading a definition, you fucking moron.
Imbalance, and using substances. Throughout most of Cameron's video, he clearly paints the picture that there is a power imbalance in the relationship. He is the one who is providing her housing, he is the one who is paying her bills at the time, and he is
Okay, so if I'm the breadwinner in a relationship and I go, honey, I'd like to have sex with you, and she says, yes, I'm coercing her, is that it?
using her for Yandere simulator and to help him make music. That is a huge power imbalance. In addition to this, if you read Krex's statement, it's very clear that he harasses her, threatens their relationship, and uses intimidation quite a bit. This may not have been violent rape, but it was sexual assault.
You're an idiot. Fucking blow your brains out. I'm sorry. Fuck you. Fuck you, Maddie.
Is no defense against that, because she clearly states that she either said no or she did not feel comfortable and made that feel very known. In addition to this, it seems to be
It's horrible.
a really big pattern for Cameron to completely disregard when people, especially women, are saying no to him. For a guy who respects boundaries, especially that of women, he sure has a lot.
You know what, fellas? Just stop having sex. Just don't have sex.
Of sexual assault allegations against him.
That BDSM fetish that she mentioned in her document was a rape fetish that I was not into, and she knew that I was not into. And now she's trying to push that on me.
Oh my god. Like, she has a non-con. Like, here's another thing, fellas. If you got a girl and she's like, I have a non-con fetish. My like, if she has a non-con, don't sleep with her. Just don't.
She's trying to turn the tables. Even though all the evidence points to it being her, I don't have that fetish. She has that fetish. And now she's trying to say that I have it publicly in this interview that was never published. So
let's break down that last sentence there real quick. She said this publicly in an interview that was never published. Just let that sit for a minute there. She said this
Yeah. It's called a leak, you fucking idiot.
Publicly. It wasn't published. I know it was released in that leak, but like which...
Yeah, it was released in a leak, so it's public.
Is it, Cameron? Which is it? It literally cannot be both. We're gonna go back.
Wait, what do you mean? I released things that were in public? That's an unpublished, like... Are you that's like barely a win, right? Like, you're trying to get a win on something stupid. Like, you're deliberately not addressing any of the points because the only thing you can address is that his verbiage is poor. Like...
Back in time by about 30 seconds, he tries to claim that Krexa has a rape fetish. There is a fetish.
I have a notary fetish, right? So when you have sex with me, you have to sign in 3 places: name, date of birth, and social security number that you consent to the sex. I'm just really into paperwork. Also, yes, my lawyer has to be there.
Which is called consensual non-consent, which is shortened to CNC. Consensual non-consent is a form of roleplay where you...
Are you fucking kidding me? This video is horrible.
This is a certified hood classic.
Stay strong, Goblin King. These idiots will crash and burn themselves.
I hope they do. I hope they do.
You consent beforehand. You have to have a lot of open communication and a lot of trust in a relationship to do this. It's just roleplay. Consensual, non-consent. That first word is the most important word. Consensual. I think throwing this out in a video is pretty bad. I think it's tacky. I think It's a low blow. I don't understand why he feels the need to attack it like this. It feels very defensive. He throws up some screenshots on the screen stating that there's a whole bunch of proof that Krexa has a rape fetish. Again, rape is not the same as CNC. Everything I see on screen seems to lean into a BDSM sort of lifestyle. If you want this—
Why are you now you're just guessing. You're guessing what their sex life is like. I don't
view, you can
Yeah, this is CNC machine.
Yep.
So her fetish is like really cleanly cut metals.
that's talking about bondage. And then in the bottom screenshot, you can see her say wrestling match. Again, I do not see anything about rape here. And then in the next screenshot, I'm craving and DOMs.
I'm craving dick and doms. You're my number one choice. So, Cameron, I'm sorry. You're not a dom. Not to be that guy. If you're still watching, you're not a dom, Cam. You're not. Sorry. You ain't. You ain't got it. You're a bottom. Just kiss me already, you big dummy. Fuck me up already, you dummy.
Just kiss me already, you big dummy. Fuck me up already, dummy. Again, I don't see how this supports the idea that she has a rape fetish. I really don't. All it is showing is that she was into
Yeah, because it's his word against hers. That's it.
BDSM. I don't understand why he thinks this proves anything.
$5 from
like-
steroids. Diesel, you make me enjoy watching the most useless, unimportant, annoying bullshit in the world.
I try. I mean, I like how commentary is just like a bunch of people reviewing rape allegations now.
Know what right-wing videos
We play dicks and doms here. That's right. Roll for initiative, baby. Sorry, but I got a +3 on my charisma. I'm gonna play you charm spell.
I listen to as well. Now, I watch every episode of the Joe Rogan Experience. I don't necessarily agree with all the guests he has on. I'm mostly there for the comedians.
You know, it'd be funny if she made like a political statement about Cameron, right? Like she talked about like the Joe Rogan, Jordan Peterson shit. That would be so fucking funny.
I won't get into my opinions on Jordan Peterson. I don't agree with everything he says, obviously. So I do genuinely believe she has some trauma. I do not doubt that. I doubt it's from anything here, though. What the fuck? I do doubt is her honesty. She is...
I'm sorry. Are we seriously going to say that that one moment is like produced all the trauma? That's the only evidence we have.
Genuinely convinced herself that I'm an evil person.
From a legal standpoint, I was saying no and I was scared.
Call between Jane 16 and Cameron. It should say 19 there. Okay, let's not pick and choose, Madeline.
And that I didn't want.
Diesel rope review. ERR.
$2 from QTV's Hood Ornament, DRR. Diesel rope review?
Welcome to Diesel Rape Review. I need my own, like, theming, right?
Too.
And I felt awful because you were like, once you like started like squirming a bit, I felt like
Squirming? You're gonna call it squirming? I was hitting you.
But that's between us, and that's not going to be public. Anyways, she continues to say that I called her the B word a lot, the one that rhymes with itch, which also isn't true.
You know what's interesting? You know what's interesting? In my conversation with Anne, she claimed it was all consensual.
Love to hear a recording of myself saying that. It doesn't exist, and you will never hear audio of me being rude or profane saying these things because that audio does not exist. She would make this joke with me. I would make this joke back at her. Since we both worked on the game that involved a serial killer, oh shoot, the two Yandere sim people are in the same house. One of them's clearly going to kill each other. So we would make jokes like that. Everything between me and her was pretty
Diesel rope review would be Diesel rating Shibari techniques. So true.
fine up until this point. I'd asked her to keep the stream entertained for a while because I had to use the restroom. And when I came back, we were posing a bit in front of the camera. I thought it'd be a funny time to pretend to kill her. A joke she was already playing along with, and you can see that in her face. She was smiling.
What the fuck?
Okay, so that's like, how many times are you gonna play that one clip?
Here, I'll take over the stream for you.
No, I don't want people hearing me piss.
All right, I'm gonna give this until about 15 minutes, and
Yeah.
if she doesn't present anything strong by the time we hit 15 minutes, I'm gonna go back to Cameron's video.
I think they can hear me now. I think so. Can y'all hear me?
Teach us Shibari 101, Daddy Diesel. Well, first of all, we gotta get it notarized. All right. Daddy loves his good documentation.
I'm stealing the stream for a minute.
I'm gonna destroy her.
The cut that was just
See, wait a second. See, because in that one, the way, when he chokes her like this, she's cool with it. But the second he goes, then she has a problem with it, which I get, because this way, when you're choking, right, you're not going to like, you're not closing your windpipe, right? I put my fingers here and I can't breathe, right? I put it here and I can still breathe, right? So I could understand why she would get nervous about this, because you can't breathe when you do this, but you can when you do this.
Made was not made by me. That is how Cameron published his video. He completely cut out the video that you've seen interspliced throughout mine, where he puts his hand around her throat and she visibly becomes uncomfortable, wriggles out of it, says, "What the fuck?"
Yeah, because she doesn't, because that's too far, right? This is fine. This is a completely different thing you're doing.
And then tries to redirect what is going on. I'm gonna play it for you again here, but that's a lot of context missing, and that's a big red flag. Why didn't he include it in his video? Clearly because there is no normal explanation for that. It is not normal for a man, especially a man that you haven't known for a very long time in person, to put his hand around your throat. I am
What do you mean? Didn't you say that they had a BDSM relationship? I'm sure she was very reasonable. Like, oh. Did he say they had a BDSM relationship and now all of a sudden, she's being choked by a man she doesn't know? Like, let's not mince words here. These two individuals knew each other on an intimate level.
To touch on the BDSM side again for 1 second, choking can be a kink. That is a kink that exists.
Oh my god. Oh my god. I can't. I don't want to get kink etiquette from a woman who clearly does not get any. I'm sorry.
However, again, it is very clear here that Krexa does not take this as a joke. She takes it as a threat, and she tries to redirect and becomes extremely uncomfortable with the situation.
According to Nazo, Cameron was in private asking everyone if they wanted to see Krexa's nudes. Well, what do you know? Is there any evidence of that? Probably not.
She was initially laughing and then she tugged away. I assumed it was because I was kind of pushing her around a bit when I was doing that. When I said, "I'm going to destroy you." She had an exam for work the next day. The way you worded this was dishonest.
The way that you showed this was dishonest.
I just quickly tried to wrap up. I didn't, like, my head was spinning. Like, I didn't know how to respond. Like, how do you respond to that? Like, he was just laughing like it was nothing.
She continues on to say that not only she was very gentle, but also scared and confrontational.
We're going to stop and read this real quick because clearly Cameron did not quote it correctly. After the stream, I confronted...
I'll read it. Madeline. But after the stream, I confronted him. I was calm, gentle, but stern. I was scared because this dude is possessive. Constantly threatens as jokes to kick me out, and my intense abuse history, you can imagine. I was like, what the fuck was that? And he was like, what? I began confronting him about what he did on stream. He kept saying it was just a joke. I was making a huge deal out of nothing. He would say sorry and then immediately start talking about why it's actually nothing and I'm overreacting. I would say it wasn't okay and I'm sorry, but the word sorry isn't enough right now. I don't know how you can fix this right now, but I'll let you know when I do. The more I would assert myself, the angrier he would get until he told me if he didn't like it, I could go sleep on the couch. I said, all right, and I immediately took my stuff out to the couch. It was the last time things were remotely normal. Hi, so who are these people? These are like the deep lore on all the people related to Yandere Dev. I sent the MP3 in the newsroom. Holy shit. All right, we'll go take a gander at that in a second.
him. I was calm, gentle, but stern. I was scared because this dude is so possessive, constantly threatens as jokes to kick me out. So we're gonna read the 3 words he has highlighted. Calm, gentle, but stern. Now listen to this next part of the video.
She said, "Cam, what you did kind of made me uncomfortable. I didn't like that."
I don't know about you, but to me that sounds like a calm, gentle, but stern response to being choked.
It was a joke we were playing along with, but I can understand why she felt that way because I was...
Okay, so this is literally just... We're actually doing a he said versus she said debate, okay? Like, you're just playing, like, the defense attorney for Krexa. That's it.
Jerking her around a little bit. There was no assault there.
What? What the fuck?
Was a little rough. It was so shocking to me because it was something that not only she knows is something I would never do.
What the fuck?
She claims in her document that before I walked out and tried to talk to her that I had now become a trigger to her PTSD.
Once again, I don't think Cameron read what he put on screen, so we're going to take a pause.
This is this is literally the definition of splitting hairs.
And we're going to read it together. Symptoms of PTSD usually begin within 3 months of the traumatic event, but
Okay. Krexa's the kind of crazy bitch who's like, I'm fucking manic pixie, like literally, you know, in the immortal words of the dead too mad, right? She's a manic pixie manipulator. All right, the video's bad. Maddie, I gave you 14 minutes. I'm done. Okay, we got an interesting one here. Let's take a gander at these. I'll give Crexa this. Just because you like that in bed doesn't mean you want lots of people to witness that live. 100%. That's a very good point, Rena. Let's take a gander. Let's take a listen.
Do you want to know what Crex's pussy looked like? Yes or no?
What the fuck?
Do you want to know? Do you want a comparison? To know why I stopped being attracted to her in any way, shape, or form.
Okay.
Is this an Ann
Oh my
recording? Is this an Ann recording?
God, are you searching pussy? Oh,
This shit.
God.
This
Ugh.
kind of... This shit. She had one of these.
Okay, no. So either one of two things happened now. I don't think he sent the nude. What I think is that I think he looked up an example of what her pussy looked like and then sent this person a picture of somebody's pussy. It's an Ann recording. Yeah.
Comparison. To know why I stopped being attracted to her in any way, shape, or form.
Not Ann? Okay.
Okay.
Oh, I'm sorry. I'm blind to how white women.
Oh my God, are you
Yeah, he looked up like blue waffle or something.
searching pussy? Oh,
This shit.
God.
So who is this woman he's talking to if it's not Ann?
This
Ugh.
kind of... This shit. She had one of these.
Well, she had. This is fucked up. This is mean. I don't care if this is or like. All right. Yeah. How do you reply to that question? Here's the thing, right? Even if he didn't send nudes, which I'm guessing he sent an example, not her vagina. This is still mean. Okay.
Ugh.
She had some fucking roast beef.
Yeah, I had a feeling he was gonna say that. Yeah. So he just sent the. Yeah. Yeah. Jesus Christ.
Arby's. We have the meats. This was her pussy.
That was what Anne was referencing?
Yes! And I didn't say that Anne looks like that. I never said that. She doesn't. That's not what her...
Hold on. This guy is literally comparing Anne and Crexa's vaginas. Oh my god. Oh, Cameron, you in the chat now, buddy? You want to answer this one, you fucking idiot?
Not what her pussy looks like. Anne's got like one of those. This is the
How
kind
did
of
she,
shit
how did you know what her pussy looked like?
she described it.
Yeah, yeah. Anne's pussy was described to you.
It was flirtatious with me. I'm not gonna lie to you. But like, no, I wasn't even, it was more like, yeah, it was this bad.
Oh,
It was like-
Cameron, I don't
it
want to
was
look at that.
this-
Yeah, buddy, where are
Well, how
you?
do you think I felt?
Yeah, buddy. If you can add him and it still highlights, it means he's in the chat. Okay. Oh shit. No, he saw Ant's pussy. Yeah, they fucked. He fucked. Now you guys, yeah, he's gone. Oh shit. That's funny. That's a funny one.
$5 from Cocobop Jammer. Hello Diesel. I've been subscribed to you since the Reddit days with Quite and Brandon. I love your videos and am happy I saw the stream in time.
Oh, thank you. That was very sweet. You're an absolute fucking veteran. A long time. Thank you. Well, I don't know if Cameron has anything outrageously amazing to say, but wow. I
is me leaving out the call between me and that was put in that Google Drive. I actually didn't really want to leave this out. It's why I mentioned it briefly. However, the reason I didn't cover it has to do with the context behind the call, ironically, and wanted discussion of our situation to be as
Jane went and told Allie and others about the thing being filmed. Oh, okay. Interesting. What a surprise.
short and sweet as possible because for one
Did this just happen? Is there, how do you know this unless you were just told by the source?
reason, in private, she wasn't completely honest with people, but also
Because I'll say it right now on stream if you can tell me that happened or show me that happened.
was worried about people making certain reports and assumptions based on the call, despite the fact it's pretty easy to explain. Plus, there was potential manipulation and poisoning the well related to the call. I don't know why they are after you and I. You've said it a million times.
I'm not being sexually abused. I just want to go fishing and hang out with Austin. But now I gotta sit around my house all day. And I can't leave because what if they show up and I'm not home and then they freak out about stuff because they're always calling in. People are always...
I know she's like 16, 17, but guys, don't feel bad for her because she did this to herself, right? Like she's going around baiting pedophiles to try and get free shit. Okay, she's constantly lying. All right, she is a problem. Okay, she needs therapeutic help. She needs to be off the internet. Get her gone.
calling in saying something new, so I bet they have a huge file on me that I'm like,
Yeah, they are gonna have a fucking huge file on you.
a flight risk and stuff because of all the reports they get.
You're not gonna be a flight risk. Okay, you're not like building a weapon of terror, but you're a minor and you're involved with a bunch of crimes.
But I'm not, and I don't want to get in any trouble for anything. I don't know what to do. I'm not being abused.
What in the world is going on now with this drama? I couldn't even. We'd be here all night if I described it from the top.
However, now I will be discussing the call in this video, and I'll put the timestamp on screen if you're interested in that right now. But yeah, fair point. Second point I want to fully take on the chin is me cutting the ending of the clip of me and Crexus streaming together.
The cut that was just made was not made by me. That is how Cameron published his video.
They can still copyright strike the video, but if they did that, that would be really stupid.
Now, the intention of me showing that in the first place was to show the timestamps.
See that and her face.
And what was going on beforehand, to show the inconsistencies and hypocrisies within Crexus' story based on what happens later on in that same stream with the timestamp visible, as well as my side of the story from my...
Diesel, why is this call with Anne being released now, though? I'm lost on what the context it provides. I think it's an appeal to emotion.
Perspective and my point of view. In the original edit, there was no cutoff. However, a friend of mine suggested that for two reasons it should be cut off. Number one, for time's sake, because the video was getting really long.
Friend of mine, okay.
Regardless, in the video, after, I still own that what I did there was dumb and it was a breach of personal space and boundaries and it was wrong of me, and I still feel bad about it. That hasn't changed.
I get why she felt that way, and I was like, I'm sorry, I didn't realize I didn't mean to make you uncomfortable.
The point was to show the hypocrisy within the story, and I think I did that well as my side of the story. Yeah, I did something dumb and stupid, but it was not nearly as violent and as crazy as she was making it out to be. I feel like I should have shown it later on with...
Friend, no, not Diesel friend. I didn't have any say on that part. No, that was not me.
The context of my full story because it would have easily shown my side. But hindsight is 2020, and like I said, that was a fair point. Next, I want to agree that, yeah, me bringing up the fact that PTSD symptoms usually develop within 3 months is kind of a moot point to bring up in that context because it says within.
Usually. Not always, not have to, usually begin within. Not after,
If Diesel's a friend, I don't want to see profanity.
within 3 months of the traumatic event.
Like I had said in my video, I feel bad about the situation, don't get me wrong. I just highly doubt that within the hour, I was all of a sudden a trigger, like she claimed. I personally doubt that, because what's the statistical chance of at any...
It was me. The video of him choking her made me really uncomfy. And I said, ew, don't show that. Yeah, and I bet if you fucking told Cameron to jump off a bridge for you, he'd do it too. Okay?
point for a trigger to develop from the scale of 0 seconds to 3 months for it to be within the first hour. Pretty improbable.
Crazy
That's of course,
even.
First looking at it at face value. Of course, there's a lot of other things that go into it. I'm not trying to downplay that. The other point I was...
You know what's funny? The second that I play the Pussy Lips clip, you know, Cameron's nowhere to be seen, but now Jelly's coming in, and she's gonna fucking defend him because that's what she does all the time.
Making was this. I didn't even know she had PTSD. She had alluded in the past to thinking that she had PTSD, and she alluded to having mental health issues that I was willing to be there for her on.
This
if
is
I
so
would have known
autistic.
that
I'm
was...
sorry. It's insane. This is insane. We are so... Guys, remember when this was about Yandere Dev on whether or not he was or was not a pedophile? Right? And now it's just this big fucking Game of Thrones of all these ridiculous Reddit mods and Discord moderators just being like rats in the wall. Like...
it's gonna trigger her or hurt her in any way, I would have obviously never done that.
Over what though? What made you do that? I said we should settle this at some point.
And I should be left alone when I say leave
What
me alone.
trigger-
If you don't, that triggers me, and I told you that 5 times. Jesus.
No, you never used the words PTSD until tonight, by the
Holy
way.
shit.
So
Anxiety, PTSD, whatever you want to say.
anxiety is very different from
We have talked
PTSD.
If I would have known what her triggers were, if she would have actually outlined them to me beforehand, I either A, if her triggers are...
Just that everyone drops into your streams, huh? I will say this. Allie, Decepticami, nowhere to be found in my streams. Nowhere to be found. Where's the defense of yourself, Allie, huh? Allie, this is your fault.
Or what she says they are now, would have never let her in. Or B, I would avoid anything that would upset her, like any sane person would. Because I really did care about her. I wanted everything to go smoothly. Gonna add this little note here after having a friend proof watch this. Pause if you're interested. It sucks that things happened the way they did. Now, with my hindsight now, I'm glad the friendship is over. I just wish it could have happened in a civil manner. But either way, yeah, I agree. That point could be considered moot, and I'll take the heat for it. Now, the last point of criticism that I will absolutely take on the chin was me saying that calm, gentle, but stern were contradicting emotions. That was dumb.
So we're gonna read the 3 words he has highlighted. Calm, gentle, but stern.
The original idea behind the point was to show the difference of the description of her emotions before...
This chat is a mental asylum. This chat is a super huge mental asylum. All right, I'm so tired of being the fucking warden of the fucking crazy house.
For talking to me after that event. Kind of point out a contradiction, but that one was a dumb point and should have been left out. With all of that said, this does not mean that this video was good by any stretch of the imagination.
Listen, I'll give Cameron this. I do think the video is bad.
Through the 44 minutes of this video, little, if any, attempt is made to actually listen to the points being made, and it is very clear. It is never talked about how Krexa contradicted herself constantly, several times, more than any he said, she said arguments.
I don't know. It's like I didn't really tell him no. I can't sit up here and call it rape. I didn't like. I went along with it. Like, I want to make it very clear I'm not attracted to him. I never was. I never enjoyed any of it. Like, I mean, the only reason I don't talk about it is because A, I don't want anyone to know what happened and that I consented to it. And
Yeah, you had a really, you did not want to fuck, like you fucked them and then you're like, I really shouldn't have fucked them. That was kind of gross. Like you had like the regretful, like, ugh, I can't believe I fucking slept with that guy. What a piece of shit. Right? Like you had consensual sex, and then after you were like, mistake. Let me move on with myself.
And B, it wasn't like forcible rape, so I don't.
It is never talked about how Krexa tried to coerce a minor into a sexual situation, which I'm gonna.
Yeah, you didn't need to coerce Anne at all. Fucking Anne was ready. She had sex with you, Cameron. Didn't need to be coerced. It was consensual between the two of you.
Play the clip again because y'all like to ignore it.
If you have this evidence, that's it. If you don't have this evidence, go get it. I don't know. Make them.
She is older than Cameron, yes.
Make up. You're gonna do
Krexa is
whatever,
older than
but
Cam.
get screenshots of.
Only by a little bit. I don't think it's an amount that makes a
Them
difference.
soliciting you for sex. Send that hard evidence.
What the fuck?
Message IDs. I don't. Play it smart.
Okay.
And then you never, ever have to change.
No, for the last portion of this video, Cameron really just sits on a phone call with Jane, who
Even Anne says it was just a year.
he wasn't supposed to have contact with,
So that was a fucking lie.
to try and, I'm using air quotes, clear the air about what happened. Jane is an unreliable narrator at best.
I like to point this out. They criticized me in this video for using Anne's testimony, which has contradicted some things that she has said in private. Mind you, and I'm quoting her.
Some things, I'm sorry, Anne constantly doubles back on herself all the fucking time.
In her own words, that was during a time when she was having a severe manic episode and was going through a lot. Allie is the queen of contradictions at this point. You know what she said, what her biggest problem with the video was?
What?
She said, when he said that her...
Crazy, who would have thought Cameron was probably a bad lay? I know.
allegations only came from a manic episode and tried to deflect everything else because of that. That pissed me off more than anything he said about me.
It did come from a manic episode. That was my words, not yours.
Exactly.
I do that a lot depending on who's paying. Jesus fucking Christ. I am in the mental ward. I'm in the fucking mental ward, bro. Oh, I'm gonna have a fucking brain aneurysm.
You said it, not me.
I confess to you that I thought I might have BPD because of it. Like, I'm coming to these conclusions myself. You're not just pulling stuff out of your ass to make yourself look better. I'm the one who came to you and told you that.
And let's be real, you would not fucking let me get away with that, even if I wanted to.
Oh, absolutely not. If you tried to put any blame on me, I would ruin you.
But they forget to mention how we talk about that in the video. And not to mention, they try to use that private testimony, despite a lot of it being debunked and contradicted, except...
You know, since Anne's in the chat, Anne, did Blake buy you the Sims 4 DLC? We need to know. Has anybody bought you this eponymous Sims 4 DLC?
Instead, what they do is they use fake evidence that has already been proven fake by almost every party involved to use it against me. So, at best, they are just as quote-unquote guilty as I am for using Anne's private messages during a manic episode that she has later said...
I don't understand. A manic episode explains behavior. It doesn't excuse behavior.
Wasn't what happened as proof, or at worst, they don't care and they just don't mind lying. I'll let you guys be the judge. Then it gets better. Y'all try to use Allie as a source for evidence.
Yes, a whole bunch. Alex, Cam, and Krexa. You're saying Krexa bought you DLC for Sims? They all bought you DLC.
The proof against Allie has been the most consistent thing out of all of this.
Oh my god, bro. Oh, hell no, man. What the fuck, man? Get your goddamn...
I need a fucking drink.
Anne has constantly said that Allie tried to manipulate her on multiple occasions, and in an interview from November was talking about it, and I saw it happen in real time. Anne had still trusted Allie in a way around this time and was unsure if she could trust me. However, in her own words, she had trouble getting anything on me. This turned into evidence being created against me, fake screenshots, pictures, etc.
Just some stuff about, like, conspiring that you are an abusive person.
Oh,
and,
okay.
Like, saying...
So they're trying to fake evidence against me. Have you been involved?
Yes.
Well, that's peachy.
Well, I'm coming clean.
Well, appreciated, but like, ouch.
It's...
Do they know that you're here?
No.
Do they know that I'm here, rather?
No.
Is that a lie?
Yes.
Okay. You don't feel under any pressure right now?
Extremely pressured.
To do what?
So, like...
I'm not trying to
hide stuff and be sneaky with Allie, because, like, I don't want to upset her. She was there for me, and then she wasn't there for me.
But y'all are still using her as proof? That's been the most consistent thing. She's never denied that. Allie is a chronic liar. I used to think she had good intentions, but she clearly does not. She is bad faith, she has tried to fake evidence, has provably and admittedly manipulated a child on multiple occasions, and is not trustworthy whatsoever. Getting back on track, to prove the whole Anne stuff, I will unfortunately have to use...
I do think, okay, so in Allie, when she says those things, I think Allie is projecting her own struggles onto Anne to be like, Anne, go get this for me, go do this for me, go do this thing, blah, blah, blah. Cameron is DMing me and deleting his messages. I wonder what he's saying. Well, aren't you somebody who uses Vencord anyway? I thought you had a modded Discord client. Because in your calls with fucking Dev, it was a modded Discord client, and you could still read deleted messages.
Calls that Anne did not know I was recording in order to prove my point. It's not something I like doing, but I have been quartered and I have to take drastic measures because I've been backed into a corner by these lying
Like, okay, anyway, my point about Allie, right, is that, you know, the implication that Cameron is making is that she's lying because she knows she's lying and she's trying to avoid being caught. But what I think is that Allie is trying to coerce information out of people, right? The same way like Mama Max would, because either there's a savior thing there, or perhaps Allie, you know, maybe went through something herself and is projecting that onto Anne, right? As like a spiritual retribution for something that happened in her own personal past.
Manipulative bastards who have harassed not only myself, but also my friends, family, fans, college, and potential clients, to the point where I no longer have a choice. But by the end of this video, you'll see how bad it is just on the surface, since we won't even have enough time to go into how deep the rabbit hole goes. The scope of this video is nowhere near big enough to document the amount of lies, abuse, harassment, and silencing that this community has done. I personally don't even think I'm well enough equipped to make that kind of video, nor do I want to. So, I'll be handing off all my data, all my information, all my leads to someone who I think would be much better equipped to handle something like this, and hopefully something comes out of that. Quite honestly, dealing with this community for the past 4 years has just been a hellspawn, and this will be my last time
yes,
addressing it.
r/Osana, my stream is public. Okay. Yes, I know that you all heard I'm streaming. Okay, there's 166 people here. All right.
And I actually mean that this time.
The person he's handing it off to is Turkey Tom. He's trying lyrics too. I'll kill that dead in the water, baby. Okay? No. You guys aren't going to turn this around and turn Allie into something, okay? Because you're both crazy. You're both crazy fucking people, okay?
Before she even starts her video, her big preface is how bad...
There's no way. There's no fucking way in hell Tom is going to waste his time with this. Okay? I know Tom has seen my video. All right?
Bad my video actually is. I won't nitpick that too hard. I did the same thing in this video. However, I would
love to know what kind of conversation Cameron had with those two. I would love to. Okay? I know Cameron's listening. I know he is. So Cameron, what the fuck did you tell them? What are you trying to get done, right? You want to get a fucking own on Allie, right?
Now that's the same tactic they used in their community to dislike bomb my video. which is targeted harassment. They were rallying people up to get alt accounts, to do everything they could to make sure my video had as many dislikes as possible.
But honestly, I don't see anything that you have changing any part of this video. You purposely cut a lot of videos and context, and you cherry-picked your evidence. If you wanted to talk about fallacies, we can go ahead and talk about cherry-picking.
She then goes on to hypocritically claim that I cherry-pick evidence, and I say hypocritically because that's something that she has done. For example, we were expecting a rebuttal like this to happen. In fact, when the video released, Jelly decided to make 8 comments. One was pro.
I had Cameron good, Cameron bad. I had Alex good, Alex bad. Crux are good, Crux are bad.
One was her true feelings in the situation, and then one was how she thought they wanted to hear her true feelings. We were expecting out of this some cherry-pick censorship, and that is what we got, just not in the way we expected.
You know what's really funny? We're 15 minutes deep. My name hasn't been brought up once. Don't you got problems with my video, Cameron? Don't you got problems with my video? When are you gonna chastise my coverage of you, Cameron?
She decided to delete all comments and hide Jelly from her channel. However, she did decide to share 3 comments to the...
That's right. While we're at it, check out the pinned comment in the chat above. You can head over to manapotioncoffee.com. We just passed 300 orders. Please buy some of our coffee. New products coming soon. Please, please. Ooh.
The Osana Discord server. They censored all of them.
That was my 8.
And cherry-picked 3 of them. The 3 comments that she decided to share, and the...
You are not mentioned. I find that fucking hilarious. I find that fucking hilarious that he didn't mention me.
Osana Discord that she moderates were 3 comments that...
You know, here's why I think he didn't mention me, right? Because I'll say, like, he could make any point, right? And I don't even need to address any point he makes, because I go, well, you fucked Dan. He makes a video only about Osana. Like, he's literally just taking shots at r/Osana just to be petty. Like, literally, it's just going to be a back and forth forever. Like, this is not, like, he's in a position where he shouldn't be taking shots like this, right? He doesn't have the upper hand in the fight.
Made me look bad. She fell into our trap and did exactly what we thought she was going to do. Hey guys, sorry. Someone wanted to say hi.
I don't think r/Osana is going to be buying my coffee X. The editing sucks. He didn't mention you because he was working on this a while ago and doesn't know what to do now. It was in the works for too long, and he didn't want to look like a yapper and a liar. You know, Anne, it's really great that you seem to know so much about the inner workings of the production of this video. I'm really, really glad that you and him have such a good and long-lasting relationship.
To say about us being 2 steps ahead to you-know-who's comments.
I do not have tea until the future when that may change, but I have never had tea, I have been told to say by my brother.
Section.
That was really funny.
We are always 2 steps ahead.
It's because we're working together and we check stuff with each other.
To chickadee check yourself before you...
Releasing stuff that's gonna help out the other person.
Exactly. They thought for a second. They thought.
Can we get chocolate coffee? We did it's in the bag. Hold on, I'll show you guys. We did hot cocoa for the holiday season, and it's like a lavender hot cocoa. We're gonna do it again, and we're also planning on doing something else during the summer. But yeah, this is actually pretty fucking good, right? But this is being sent to Toxic along with her body pillow and some snacks and shit.
She's switching up. Nope. Maddie Nolan's preemptive rebuttal to this was that she couldn't have cherry-picked because one of the comments had something in it that makes Osana look bad. Well, if you look at
the only way that this would be funnier is if Anne bought fucking coffee from my business.
the same comment, it also has something against me in it, which was the comment of what you guys wanted to hear.
Oh, this is, I'm gonna fucking lose my mind.
And she outsmarted you guys.
There's no way that you're real. There's no way that's real.
She wanted you guys to approve that so she could also call you guys out for sharing CP of her, along with you also unconsensually sharing private information about her, something which got your Reddit account taken down, Maddie. Your bad behavior has led you to be outsmarted by a 17-year-old girl and a 19-year-old dude. 2 teenagers. Good job, Maddie.
I wish I was drinking. I'm losing my mind.
You then try to post proof that you only got 3 comment notifications for comments that you quote.
$5 from Cat was taken. Hey Reddit people, don't buy his coffee, buy his percolated ball water and own him FR no cap.
You know, the thing is that I make jokes on this stream that make me sound like the most unprofessional person ever. Because nobody is going to listen to me if I say that I'm the guy that you can buy percolated ball water from or boy smell deodorant from.
Quote-unquote didn't approve of. Well, sorry, that's not how it works. If the comment is hidden, it doesn't show up in your notifications, first of all. And second of all, the only 3 comments that you showed were convenient to your narrative. Your reasoning for not quote-unquote approving these comments, even though we all know you deleted them, was to not get her any more attention, yet you posted it on a Discord server with a much bigger platform that's public, unprompted, and you gave her a bunch more attention, so that didn't work. Also, victim blaming. Maddie decided to share it anyways, and she said she deleted it so you didn't get any attention.
This is why they're in a Discord server giving me attention.
Exactly. They cherry picked the 3 negative comments against me that you made just so they could prove their point.
Just to stir the pot.
We've giggled about this because of how stupid it is. I also want to draw some attention to this screenshot, which is hilarious. She tries to show her hidden comment section, which doesn't show me anything. It just shows that you deleted the comments. They're not going to show up in your hidden after you delete the comments, which just proves my point further. And also, hidden comments don't show up in notifications. So you're lying. Stop lying.
Cameron sucks at Cyberpunk, yeah. Wait, Anne, you don't know about this audio clip? Here, Anne, we'll play it for you. So this is him talking with some individual comparing Krexa and Anne. You know, private parts.
You know what Crex's pussy looked like? Yes or no?
What the fuck?
Do you want to know? Do you want a comparison? To know why I stopped being attracted to her in any way, shape, or form.
Okay. Oh my god, are you searching pussy? Oh,
This shit.
God.
This
Ooh.
kind of... This shit. She had one of these.
Ooh.
She had some fucking roast beef.
He never saw mine. I made sure of that after Howie talked about Krexa. That's him in VC with Eve/Natalie. And you told me yourself that you had sex with him. Okay? That you guys engaged in intimate activity together. Okay? So now you're saying no? What? He did not see down there. His eyes were closed the whole time. The lights were off. Oh my god. Let me go scroll through the fucking... It was a blind date. All right. What is that audio clip? I have no idea where they're getting any of this. Don't want to be a huge snake, so don't leak it yet. Okay. I write that aloud, but I won't leak whatever that thing is. I hate it here, bro. Yeah, me too. You're telling me. Hold on. So I gotta find when. Hold on. Not to get too personal, but I never have people below the waist. He had no possibility of seeing. The positioning wasn't like that. Ay, Dios. Oh my god, this is really happening in my chat right now, bro. From his POV, he would have seen shoulder, neck only. Oh god. Oh god. Okay. All right. Yeah. I can't believe this is happening. I'm going through the chat logs from our conversation. Yeah, I'll tell you guys right now that I don't think Anna's being truthful with us. All right. Anyway, that's enough. Mods, time that miner out. Time that miner out right now. Mods, assassinate her, please. I know, Yandere Dev isn't even a story anymore. Jesus, you know Jesus rose today, guys. Anyway, yeah, she's not being honest with you, chat, right now. No, that's an example of that. All right. Yeah. Oh no, Anna's lying straight out of her teeth. Yeah. That's an example. This happens all the fucking time. Every time you talk to her, the story's fucking different. All right? Like, this is all the fucking time. Trust me. There was a long fucking conversation that was had about this between Nani, Cam, Anne, and myself. Okay? Past this child's bedtime. Send her to bed. Mod, send this child to bed. On the 10th anniversary of Yandere. So.
Also, if you think that's the only example of their censorship, you are dead wrong. As of recording this, over the past 24 hours, they have mass reported and suspended 2 Twitter accounts of people.
Cameron is keeping his ears closed and going la 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 la.
Saying things that they didn't like. One of them was Anne's. It's kind of ironic because this is the same community that claims to be a place to discuss Yandere Simulator without the censorship of its creator. More on this later, but I just wanted to point it out real quick. But to circle back, it's really funny to hear her claim that I've been cherry picking when in this video she's
been cherry picking, you fucking schizoid.
Nothing but cherry pick from my video and cherry pick counter evidence against me. And
I don't understand. I don't understand why Anne is still in fucking Camera's Discord server. These two should not be interacting. Okay, she's like 17 now, right? Like, I understand it's 17, 19. Like, who cares? You know, like, but this is like, she just shouldn't be here. She shouldn't. Okay, nobody should be fucking bothering with her. She's completely unreliable. She constantly doubles back on things, and she literally lies all the fucking time. Okay, it's insane that this girl hasn't been caught by like feds or something and gone to jail. Okay, Jesus Christ, she turns 18. I wouldn't even be surprised if they booked her.
Continuing to do it since.
She probably isn't Alex's on an alt, to be honest. because she has alts, right?
I still can't get over the fact they fell for the trap. It's hilarious. Given that most of the points that she addresses in her video have already been addressed in my original video, I won't be addressing most of that because she takes it out of context and it was already addressed.
Like, it doesn't make any fucking sense for her to be there. I don't get it. I don't understand that at all.
If you have any concerns from her video that you still want me to address that aren't in this video, go watch the original. They've already been addressed. They've just been bad faith lying and pretending like I never said anything or didn't address it.
Video is just a really hard watch. I'm going to cut some stuff for time.
Something right off the bat that just amazes me about this video is that without even watching or presenting any of my evidence, she already calls me a liar for the first statement.
Why is a minor comfortable talking about sex positions in a public stream with a bunch of adults? This is gross. Anne is not as she knows what she's doing, okay? She knows what she's doing, right? And here's why I played that clip for her, right? Because Anne now is going to turn around and go to Cameron and go, why'd you do this? And they'll have a fight about it, because this happens all the fucking time, right? And then when that happens, stuff leaks. When they have a fight and they have two conflicting narratives, okay? She's probably doing it as bait. She probably wanted to get on the stream, okay? Because when she was brought on to Lyric's stream, Lyrics had to, like, throw her off stream because she was getting mad sexual, okay? Right? But that's why because in our conversation that Nani and I had with them, we could play it like that, right? Where they would end up having conflicting stories against each other. And Anne would be like, no, Cameron, that's not what happened. And Cameron would flip out. And then Anne would elaborate what really happened, quote unquote. Okay, but here's what I don't understand about Anne. Does she not have anything better to do? Like, when I was in school, I did not have enough time for all this drama when I was in high school. She explains that she had a lot of free time during the pandemic when she fell into this, but she also claims that it was her mom who made her do it. Those are two conflicting stories. Both of those could be true. She obviously picked up the mantle and does it on her own now, but she would argue against that fact. I would argue that she is lying through her teeth when she says that, because she knows she is doing something that she should not be doing. I mean, her baiting nonces, baiting pedophiles, is a way for her to make money. That's part of it, right? Another part of it is I think that she has some sort of affliction, whether or not that's... By the way, in the audio just played, he said Anne had one of those. So yeah, he did talk about Anne. But that's all you need, right? So now her and Cameron are gonna have a fight about what I just played. But yeah, she is very much obsessed with how other people view her. It's why I compare her to Isabella Janke, right? I do think she is an Isabella Janke. I honestly have no qualms saying bad things about her, and I understand she's a minor, but I think we're completely past the point of giving this kid, like, the benefit of the doubt of, like, she's just a kid, she doesn't know better. I think she knows better. In fact, again, like I said, I do think she is the smartest one involved in this story. I think she's very smart. I think she knows how to play people. I think she's great at manipulating people. Okay? And that's something that's dangerous.
The jump cut happens where I show my initial evidence to back up what I am saying so that the viewer listens and hears the rest of what I have to say.
I did not abuse or assault Krexa.
We are already on to our first lie. I'm not going to address this one right now.
It's manipulation and poisoning the well. They're not even trying to hide it.
We are already on to lie number 2. Anne herself has confirmed that they were dating. There are multiple screenshots, which will be shown on screen and of course linked in the description below, showing that they considered themselves to be in a relationship together.
Right off the bat, just outright lie. We've both stated many, many times, even in the screenshots you've shown, that we weren't dating. Have we ever dated? Are we dating?
No.
And then you show some out of context conversations. Since those conversations were out of context, let me provide the context. What actually happened there was me and her were on a call during that time. We were in talks with a different YouTuber who was asking me a bit about what Ali MCC had been alleging against me. Obviously, Ann and I were pretty upset that Ali would say those things about us, and we were just trying to clear the air on those things. As we were talking, I was screenshotting some of our conversations and sending it to one of the YouTubers, and I had accidentally cropped and sent the wrong screenshot and quickly deleted it. Little did I know that this YouTuber had sent it to another YouTuber named Kalimara. Kalimara, while trying to grill Ann like really hard about things that never happened, decided to send the screenshot to
I don't
Ann.
know. You don't need to grill Ann to get answers out of her. Really. I think something, you know, and again, I need to get around to doing the Patreon video, but people talk, right? Like I'll even say it, right? I told the mods when Ann showed up, I said, let her talk, right? Because I knew it would spur stuff. I let her talk. I didn't ban Ann instantly on purpose, right? Because I wanted to see what she would do, because I knew it would instigate other things in the future.
Which upset Ann. Now, for context, I had no idea that he even saw the screenshot. I thought that I deleted it in time. It was a misclick. She sent it to me and then blocked me, and that scared and like upset me because obviously I did not mean to do that, and I felt
And me saying that right now, I know this. Me saying this right now is going to bother her. Right? I know it's going to bother her. But she likes being the center of attention.
About it. The screenshot itself made her look kind of bad, and I wasn't trying to make her look bad. And I felt awful, and I was trying to apologize and make amends. And I know, and as she said in the past, she has some history of switching up on people and saying some unsavory and sometimes dishonest things about them.
Yeah, especially after you pissed me off so bad and you made me look bad to a YouTuber, and that really pissed me off. I needed ammo.
I actually didn't.
So,
I needed
really
ammo. I needed ammo's an amazing line.
Record stuff out of context. I need to protect myself. I need to protect my image.
Your image is ruined. There. And your image is ruined. You need to completely reinvent your own personal online identity.
Didn't want her to do this to me, and I was worried. I didn't want her to get the wrong idea that I was
Your digital footprint is insane. Like, it's insane.
somehow backstabbing her and trying to make her look bad. And she had later told me that she got scared that I was trying to backstab her and make her look bad. That was not the case. It was a misunderstanding, and that's why I'm apologizing. And that's
something that rhymes with attention snore. I don't know if I'd say an attention snore. She's wired differently, all right?
That conversation. What you don't see in the screenshot with Kalimara is everything that came before she switched her tone, because that context is cut and would absolutely corroborate my story. But I bet you in Kalimara's video she won't show that. Well, maybe she will now that I've said something. Why include the full context where right before she was just fine? To be quite honest, we've been trying to take space, but you guys have made that impossible because you were causing problems in our real life with your harassment.
I don't want to talk to you.
I know.
Because I'm with him and he doesn't want us talking, but I don't know what to do to prevent this stuff from happening.
I know, and that's completely respectable. He doesn't want you talking to any guy friends. It makes sense.
But yeah, keep trying to ship me with the girl who's literally in a relationship right now. That definitely totally makes us both very comfortable. Just sickening, dude. This is one of the few points that I already addressed in my original video that I'm going to readdress here, just because she constantly claims it in her video, and it's something to point out that despite the fact that both parties have said we never dated, she's set on claiming this.
Rape, so I don't feel like I can come on here and say. I cannot believe we even have to address this. Violent rape is not the only type of rape.
I will say this. Cameron is being very smart with the Madeline video, and he is picking apart the exact things I was picking apart because they're the easy things, right? Because this is the exact stuff that you would target because it's goofy.
Sexual coercion is also sexual assault and rape. This occurs when someone does not enthusiastically consent. On screen, you can see an article that is also linked in the description below describing what sexual coercion is and how it works.
I am so tired of this story, guys. I really want to leave it behind. I really do. Okay.
Examples of sexual coercion are harassment, guilt-tripping, lies, threats to the relationship, blackmail, fear, intimidation, power imbalance, and using substances. Throughout most of Cameron's video, he clearly paints the picture that there is a power imbalance in the relationship. He is the one who is providing her housing, he is the one who is paying her bills at the time, and he is using her for Yandere Simulator.
What? Look, this is a silly point overall. I get the idea of a power imbalance, but the conclusion made is absolutely ridiculous. I didn't really hold it over her head. The only time I ever brought up the housing stuff was in relation to the water and electricity. I didn't tell her to turn off her setup or anything. I asked her to keep one light on at a time when she's in the kitchen and to turn it off when she leaves, which is something that everyone else had to do and everyone else was already doing. And
I don't know. You look like you're enjoying the espionage. I know. I really should have became a Fed, right? Or become a detective or done anything else. Nani too. Okay? Like Nani Nani should be getting a job working at the bureau, okay?
just to cut down the hour-long showers to about like 30 minutes. That's it. I don't think those were big asks. And when I was challenged on them, of course I have to say something. I can't pay for that. That had nothing to do with sex, no matter what. And if she didn't want to do it, I wouldn't.
Your blood is living rent-free, okay? He can set some ground rules on that, all right? But if she thinks like, oh, I'm living rent-free, I better give him head, then like something needs to be reevaluated there.
Do it with her. I didn't really care that much. And she said multiple times,
dude, I wish I got paid for the fucking Yandere dev video. I'm gonna end up probably taking money out of my savings to throw Nani some money for this because it's been insane.
Contradicted herself multiple times.
Speaking of Nani, feel free to plug your Ko-Fi. Some people need to donate to you instead of me.
She did not say no. And that is only said during the part that she wanted to originally be cut out of that interview.
But then on his end, it's like, I really didn't tell him no. I don't know. I didn't really tell him no a lot whenever he would do that because I didn't really tell him no. I don't know. It's like I didn't really tell him no. I can't sit up here and call it rape. I went along with it. Like the only reason I don't talk about it is because A, I don't want anyone to know it happened and that I consented to it, and B, it wasn't like forcible rape.
She couldn't.
You consented to sex, and then you're like, "Damn, Cameron's a bad lay. I shouldn't have done that. I should have slept with the guy giving me free housing."
Call it rape. There was no coercive rape. She often initiated stuff like that.
I'll prove to you all that
I haven't gotten paid for my Illuminati video, my Mama Max video, any of my humongous videos. This like shift to new content where it's all like news. I haven't gotten fucking paid for any of it. It's been terrible.
I'm not lying.
And I haven't been allowed to be let go by my network. It's been very frustrating.
About anything I'm saying. But if you have a recommendation for how I can answer this question, like
but throw Nani bread, throw her bread. Okay, do that.
Like in honesty, but also, I guess with a little bit of dishonesty, because I just don't want people to know that we did that.
Absolutely.
He's just so fucking ugly.
Will you get paid eventually, or is that no longer guaranteed? I think it's no longer guaranteed. I think it's no longer guaranteed. Yeah.
I love this photo so much. I could not tell you why.
I feel like you're digging into a situation
I kind of want to listen to the rest of those.
you have no idea about and that you're not getting the full story on, and just willfully ignoring what I've presented as counter evidence of her literally initiating sexual conversations, and you heard her say it herself, so that's just out of the question. I never held it over her head for anything sexual. That's absolutely ridiculous. So tell me this, why are you so hard pressed on spreading false allegations even when the evidence does not back you up? At best, you are theorizing to a false conclusion, and at worst, you are bad faith lying.
There is a fetish, which is called consensual non-consent.
Which has nothing to do with my video or her video or this context. The point is that Krexa was into a rape fetish that I was not into, and I didn't consent to, and I didn't want to do, and then Krexa accused me of having it when she was the one who admitted to having it in her document. I don't know.
The kink allegations, bro. We're fighting the kink allegations right now, I swear. Oh my god. Ay. Listen, Krexa, whatever you're into. Cameron wasn't that guy. He's not Timothy, all right? He is giving bottom. He is giving bottom.
why this even needs to be addressed. I don't know why it's brought up, but the only reason I'm addressing it here is because it's a good chunk of her video.
She then claims that I tried 40 times to get her to talk to me.
I'm not gonna play all of the audio Krexa has released in this video for a few reasons, mostly because time constraints. However, they are linked in the description below.
I hate it when people do that, when they go, I'm not going to play it all for time constraints. I just play it all. Well, the reason my video is 3 hours fucking long.
The link for Krexa's statement. I encourage
The kink allegation. Sir, do you or do you not have a consensual non-consent fetish?
you to go listen to these recordings. I can say, without a shadow of a doubt, he definitely badgered her for a response.
Don't say much. I love it when you say that, Naughty. Uh-huh. Uh-huh. Oh. Oh. Oh, no. Yeah, I won't say anything else. I'll just laugh maniacally. These people are all going to the fucking fiery pits of hell, bro.
The audio clips that are in this video, you can hear him bothering her, won't walk away, won't leave her alone, and a lot of silence has been cut out because he just lingers near her. I fully believe that
Krexa, by the way, has a new YouTube channel where she quits her job and becomes a traveling artist. If that is real, I'm going to die.
he tried to get her to talk to him 40 times.
I know I said that there were certain parts I just wasn't going to cover because they were already covered in my video, but this one particularly really pissed me off because it's so clear that she is trying to change the context of what happened. I am a very anxious person. I don't like conflict in my house. I don't like conflict with my friends. I don't like weird gray areas. I don't like lack of communication. It's something I struggle with. It's something I work on and I'm still working on. I wanted to diffuse the situation. I was calm. I wanted to fix things. I felt bad. And yeah, I agree. In hindsight, I should have initially left her alone. There's no doubt about that. It's so clear that she's trying to change the context of the situation, and it's so bad faith and obvious.
It's real. It's also on her TikTok. I sent it to the news chat a bit back. Please ping that. Please. I need to see that right now.
Another thing is she tries to claim that I was lingering around, which also isn't true.
Listen, Cameron, it's okay. You can sometimes be a bottom if you want, okay? All right? You can be a switch, all right? Some days I want to be crushed in a woman's thighs. Other days, I want to ruin a kitchen counter.
I left because I was uncomfortable out there and I was extremely anxious. I didn't want to make things worse. Just more bad faith lying.
He's giving bottom body pillow wins.
This one just upset me.
She mentions how calm I kept my voice when speaking to her.
So this is going to seem a little off topic at first, but I promise this ties back in. So a lot of people have probably seen and heard of the Gabby Petito case. In the Gabby Petito case, Brian Laundrie would...
Excuse me, hold on. She brought up true crime in this Cameron video.
do the exact same thing. He would egg her on, gaslight her, finally get her to the point of breaking. And then when the cops finally did show up, he would act calm, cool, collected, have a very even tone, very
Thank you. Hold on. Whoopsie. Why is that here? I accidentally put that in front of my face. Did not mean to do that. Okay. Interesting. Oh, fuck. I really am gonna have stupid fucking problems with my, Why is it small now? What did I do? What did I do, chat? There we go. Hold on, let me make sure the sound still works.
matter-of-fact speaking term, and...
Sure. Okay. Fuck, there's so many things. have open. La Luna. Starting her journey in 2003, La Luna has been known for constantly pushing the envelope with her work, daring to grasp the boldest of decisions unfit for the fate of art. Okay. Let's see. Check out her Instagram, the TikTok too. Let's check out the TikTok. Oh my god, I'm not signed in. I hate TikTok. Oh. Okay, okay. Something went wrong. Please. All right. Oh, shit, it really is her. Day one of quitting my job to become a full-time artist. Girl, you homeless. Girl, you homeless. A full-time traveling artist. You are unemployed. You're not a full-time traveler. You are unemployed. Oh, shit. Oh, shit. An entrepreneur. She's an entrepreneur. Unemployed homie on a Tuesday. We gotta watch some of these. Hopefully I don't get flagged. Oh, sound isn't available.
$4.99 from Kimber Kimothy. Sorry this BS isn't over. I'm going to bed. Looking forward to your 9-hour live stream going over the 9 hours of calls you released. Devilish face. JK.
Good night, Kim. She's hella going into the MLM. I know, she's giving such MLM queen vibes. This is what happens when your beautiful princess disorder girly goes unmedicated too long, okay? The kind lady donated. Sounds a lot better than I was panhandling. She living in a camper? I think she's living in a car. Oh my god. See, here's the thing, right? Let's say it like it is. She's a pretty young lady. She is going to find a place to live, okay? Because some sucker guy is going to let her run rampant in somebody's life, all right? So she will get a place to live, right? So regardless of if she's homeless now, she's pretty, she's probably going to be fine. This is her music. There's this song I've been cooking. White women rapping is the scariest thing ever. Is she gonna rap? What is she taking ecstasy? What's wrong with her? Guys, it's a work in progress. It's a work in progress. Don't judge her too harshly. It's a work in progress. Oh, that's a zinger. Hold on. I gotta clear out some of these extra. I'm getting queef jerky vibes. White women be doing the most. For real, Jazz, it's a fucking problem. Girl is destroying that internal upholstery on her Honda Civic. All right. Oh. So from what I remember, some of the money was spent on a gym membership. This is totally a gym bathroom.
I think running 10 miles a day is much.
Is she on drugs? Is she, like, unironically, is she doing hardcore drugs? Because she is giving I do hardcore drug vibes. Day 3 of quitting my job to be a full-time artist. Is this another one with no sound? What is happening here? Is this... Girlie has all this time to run and fucking be pretty, but doesn't have any time to go get a job. Go get a job. This is actually the definition of someone pretending to be successful. Like, I didn't really... the gentrified lean enjoyer. Yes. Yes, she is the one who ran off the GoFundMe money. Yes.
People are real. I know. Cause they're Mark Zuckerberg. My father.
She quit her job to be creative. Like some guy is gonna put her up, you know, because that's just because men are stupid. She doesn't need drugs to be the way she is. She just is the way she is. Oh, Renard's in the chat. I hope you're doing well. At least you got some of the bread back. I swear to God, we're getting everybody. All the fucking cartoon characters are coming through today. Like. What was the GoFundMe for again? It was so that way 2 of these young ladies could get housing, one of which being Crexa, the other one being Renard, who is currently in the chat and is a mod from r/Osana.
Of last night.
I know, this is the MCU crossover. Slow night, guys. Y'all coming through.
I think I might go.
Yeah, man. I fucking... Listen, r/Osana and I can have our disagreements, but the camera video fucking blows. All right?
Find a wife, or maybe a bigger, better guy who can take care of me for all my
Oh my God. Bro, if I had a Zanny right now, I bet her music would go mad hard. All right. Renard uses they, them. When you enter the chat next time, tell me in advance. What's another one? Your BF is shorter than me.
I don't need much. That is something I could touch.
This girl can have these fucking big ass shoes. She can't afford an apartment. I swear to God. This girl is such a piece of shit. Guys, remember when this was about Yandere, Dev? Remember when we were talking about Yandere, Dev? The GoFundMe used she, her pronouns. Yeah, my pronouns are kill myself. Okay. Oh.
Nails make green to match my money, okay? I drink my Trulies. That's what I want. Yeah, I don't need.
She makes music for girlies who pop perks for fun on a Tuesday. This is rough, bro. This is rough. Her website is so funny. Starting her journey in 2003, when she was born. Okay. La Luna has been known for consistently pushing the envelope with her work. Yeah, you know, when she was like 3 years old, guys, those finger paints, going crazy. They're in the grasp of boldest decision, unfit for the faint of heart. A gallery. All right. The Angels. Oh my God. Gabby Handa, eat your heart out. She's literally the girl Black Bear was thinking about in Hot Girl Bummer. Like I said, it's not drugs. It's just profound mental illness. Much like many other characters in this story. I mean, I could see it being mental illness. It definitely does appear that way. Maybe I just see drugs because of something in her eyes. It's just her eyes. You know, I don't know. Like, the eyes are a window to the soul. And so that's just what I see. You know what I mean? Listen, diverse sound. Pop by La Luna. Turn up the bass. Let's rave. Are we... I could totally see her flagging this fucking stream, bro. I would be so fucking pissed. Oh, shit. Hold on. You know what? I'll take that risk. I'll take that risk. I'll take it right now. I mean, you know, it doesn't sound bad. It's not like bad. I don't know. I'm not here to defend her. She fucked me over pretty bad. No, she didn't fuck you over pretty bad. I like how in the featured artist with Crexa, Cameron shows up. And fans also listen to Cameron F305. Yeah, I mean, you know, it's not that bad. I don't mind it. It's all right music, I guess. I don't know. She ain't gonna be turning any heads, in my opinion. It's also not like quit your job. Like, yeah, like also don't just like run off. All right. Anyway, let's go back to this.
Make sure that she always remained stressed, anxious, and high energy. Cameron does the exact...
I kind of want to explore more of her dysfunction. Hold on. Touch to the soul. Her music is pulling punches. It just sent me up to the... Hit it.
Something fruity, something bassy, something cool, something amazing. 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 Something fruity, something bassy, something cool, something amazing.
Okay. Okay. What? He's hooked. I've always had this profound obsession. Like I really do, right? Like people think that I do this like just because I like the money. The money's great, but I've always had this obsession with people who are just like they have some internal dysfunction about themselves that makes them so compelling as individuals. Like Krexa, asshole, right? But it's this confidence that Krexa has that makes her compelling, not as an artist, but as the subject of this is how it all fell apart, right? There's an old video I did on the internet's Christian e-girl, this very mentally unwell young lady who did like a video that I remember seeing called Jurassic Park, right? Where she did a Jurassic Park parody where she was being chased by pickles, right? And I ended up exploring her, and she had done a Let's Play series with a guy who had some tangential relation to the Something Awful forums, right? And I would watch their Let's Plays, and the guy was way older than her, so it was a little sussy right there, right? And then she moved off, and she was like really mentally unwell, and you could watch her mental state deteriorate in those videos, right? And I was so incredibly enamored with her story that I would just watch it. And it had eventually happened where she was like 20 years younger than this other guy. And they ended up marrying and they had a kid together. And she would also like role play as a dog, but she was like super Christian and would like, she went from doing dog role play to like, hello, I'm the barefoot housewife who prays and cooks bread and never leaves the house. And I spend time with my kids. And like, you could tell like she's mentally unwell, but there was something about it that was so like, it's so raw, you know, it's so real. Like this person will never be seen by so many people, but she's putting it all out there, right? And with Krexa, what makes her interesting is that she's like there's like a weird confidence emanating from this music. That's like, I'm the girl boss, I'm the queen, I'm in charge, I'm a crazy bitch, but I get it. And when you know about her, you go, oh shit, you're really fucking mentally unwell. And it's so compelling just to see them unravel, right? As a person, and to see how they expose themselves to the world. I've always found that interesting, and we get a lot less of that on the internet these days because people are so curated about their image, right? That when you get somebody that's just putting out the worst parts of themselves, that it's just like, how could you not look, right? Like that's the best way you can look at a lol cow, is they put out something about themselves that's so raw that if they were any more aware, you wouldn't, like, you would never see that. You know, Krexa is out here homeless, saying that her homelessness was a choice, a creative choice to explore her life as an artist. And I find that so compelling because it's such a recontextualization of how she was describing herself, you know? Okay, honey, you need to get somewhere else. We're about 30 seconds into this song. We need to start approaching a different bar. Okay, Nietzsche. Flash J. That's a good one. I'll take it. I'll take it. Calm down there, Jordan Peterson. You gotta clean your room. You gotta clean your room. And did you know that the China and the woke moralists have cock milking factories where they stop you from cleaning your room and they milk your cock? Like, and another thing, like the motorcycle stuff. Like, does she actually own a motorcycle? Like, oh my god. Yeah, this girl, she's something else. It is so fucking weird, dude. This is insane. I've never seen somebody kind of like glamorize homelessness in such a way. It's so strange. This is like a character in GTA, dude. It's okay, that's enough of Krexa. I was getting a little carried away.
Same thing.
Alex Jones tinfoil hat level conspiracy.
I'm gonna be honest with you. I'm kind of retarded.
It is so bad. They try to promote this theory that I was loud and aggressive and screaming until authority figures came by where I maintained a calm voice, which is hilarious because notice how in all of Krex's recordings where I didn't know that I was being recorded, I still stayed in a calm.
She could have moved up by me and had free healthcare and fixed her shit, but the people like Krexa, they just kind of expect stuff to be given to them. You know, Krexa was never the kind of person who was going to fix her shit. Krexa is the kind of person who doesn't think she has shit to fix, in my opinion. Right? Krexa was expecting somebody or something to come through in her life and fix it. Right? The artist lifestyle, you know, it all comes together. You got to struggle for those years for it to just happen one day, right? But that's not how real artists make it into business. That's not how you grow as an artist. You know, sometimes you got to do a little grunt work. Sometimes you got to do things you don't like.
Voice. Because if I was behind the scenes screaming and abusive and rude, you would hear that in the recordings. But the thing is, you don't. Her recordings don't show that. It's not there. I didn't know I was being recorded, and yet I still kept a calm voice. So your little game theory there holds no weight, and it's not backed up by any evidence.
I'm kind of retarded.
You also refuse to include the call that you mentioned, and you will hear no screaming from me. You'll hear me raise my voice a bit, but that's because there is a group of people in there, like essentially throwing tomatoes.
But yeah, Renard, it sucks that had to happen, you know, because I've had people like Krexa in my life, and I got burned too, right? I don't know. I've kind of felt like through my 20s, those kind of experiences you need to experience for you to be able to recognize those kind of people in the future, right? So that's what I think, right? But it's a shame. It's a shame that Krexa took advantage of people's goodwill like that. I'm getting DMs. That's always my biggest fear.
At me. You want me to just to sit there and be like, this is fine? You want me to just accept abuse? Is that what you want? I'm sure that's exactly what you want. Deal with it and not say anything. But if I say something that you dislike, you have every right to scream at me.
Cat, we barely get to have him, please.
No, almost everyone in that call was extremely unhinged. Ironically, however, you were pretty chill, but that's probably because you were recording. Interesting how that works.
He seems to be able to try and keep a level tone, but if you notice when he gets excited, his voice immediately jumps up, the volume jumps up, he starts rocking back and forth, he gets very stressed, very high energy, and I fully believe he did fight with her.
I also want to mention
I don't think, okay, so Maddie, that's a problem with your video, right? There's a certain extent to which I understand recognizing and watching body language. But when you don't have a lot of evidence about the behavior about the two people, trying to make judgment calls on the basis of how somebody's responding in a situation where you're missing a lot of the evidence like that is just you doing some like true crime girly LARP, and that is not good.
Just how rude and wrong it was for you to come after my ADHD stimming.
Yeah,
I have
the body analysis stuff can be like a problem. It's like an analyzing typing type thing, right? And you got to be careful about that. And also, Cameron is playing to r/Osana's tone here, right? He's not the kind of person who cares about PC culture at all. And here he is bringing up something like ADHD stimming, which I believe he has, but he's using it in a way right now to try and dissuade Maddie Nolan's argument, which is bad, by the way.
severe case of ADHD. I've medicated for it, but yeah, I stim. Sometimes I twitch my foot, sometimes I play with my hands, sometimes it's verbal, sometimes I rock back and forth. That's not something I can really help. I can't control it. It's like 24/7. It's something I cannot control. And for you to try to tie it with some crazy accusation, that is just so rude and bad faith. It's like Alex Jones level conspiracy number 2. That is so screwed up, Maddie. Them making fun of my ADHD is just the tip of the iceberg with these people and making fun of mental illness. They have been ruthless against autistic people, people with mental illness, including depression, anxiety, suicidality, BPD, and they just act like it's fine, and they find their reasons to justify this behavior.
Anne is his 16-year-old friend who was talking to Crexa about their mutual abuse from Cameron. That is how this call started.
Here we come to some patronization and more lies. So now, Anne and Crexa were not talking about their mutual abuse from me. This was
yeah, his gameplay is stinky doo-doo poo-poo. Also, I do want to say it's really funny how he's playing the mission with Clouds, right? With Woodman, who is like a quintessential sex trafficker and criminal, right? Like, this is the worst mission you could have chose to play while addressing all of these allegations. Because this guy is as bad as they come. Okay, he's the reason Evelyn died. Okay? He's the one. He sold Evelyn to the death's head. Okay? Like, he abuses his dolls. He engages in unconsensual... He rapes them. Right? He is as bad as they come. He is probably one of the most despicable people you kill. Right? Judy's entire mission and story is, sorry, spoilers, is Evelyn being killed, or Evelyn killing herself after being assumedly molested by the Death's Head mob, and then Judy dealing with the body of Evelyn, and then teaming up with V to kill Woodman and take over Clouds for the Moxes, because Judy and Evelyn ran a gang that is based around protecting prostitutes and sex workers, right? So, yeah, that's the entire plot line that runs through with this character, right? So it's just a really bad mission for him to be playing because of the context around it.
Planned effort to stir
Cyberpunk's great. It's one of my favorite missions. Automatic Love is great.
The pot and catch Crexa and more lies, which we did. How do you think I got 2 recordings of Crexa before one of them leaked? I was there. I was commentating in the background for one of them. I was listening. We were stirring the pot. This was to catch Crexa in lies. You know this. I stated in my video. It's been known. She talks about it herself. Here you go patronizing Anne as well. She's 17. Why are you so hard-pressed to change that? For this group of people who's so obsessed with stalking teenagers, you guys should know her age by now. Oh, by the way, just in case there was any doubt, this doesn't even fit their fake timeline that they made up.
Nah, I don't think he chose this on purpose. I think he was just playing it. And I don't even think it registered with him. Right.
According to Allie's little timeline here, me and Anne hadn't even met up. Allie hadn't even had the opportunity to allege.
Because you can go through the entire thing without learning any of those things about Woodman.
Something weird happened between me and her. This doesn't match her timeline. This call was recorded way before, so how could they be talking about mutual abuse? You've just been caught in yet another lie.
In addition to this, if you go ahead and look at a lot of statistics...
The mission was pure coincidence. Yeah, okay. I did say I think it was coincidence.
For domestic violence, it takes 7 times on average for the victim to leave the situation.
She's the one who made violent threats against me. I didn't make a single violent threat against her. I felt in danger in my own house, which is why I kicked her out. What's the logic of me calling the cops if I knew I abused her? She was the threat.
He actually sent you her nudes? What the hell is wrong with him? Jane then responds, showed me Crex's nudes and nitpicked her literally. Everything about her. Like everything. He's so mean. Why would he ever think I'd want to have sex with him after that? Literally, ew.
I never sent her nudes around. Point blanking, you'll never see that. I wouldn't be surprised if Allie wanted...
Yeah, nobody was gonna notice this mission in Cyberpunk unless I brought it up. Okay, this is just because I'm a huge fucking dweeb and I'm playing a Cyberpunk campaign right now. I'm, the DM, so I have to know everything.
that to be a point of her video. Ding, 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 ding. This is actually the correct answer, allegedly.
So my question is, what kind of evidence, if any, has been fabricated?
Just stuff about, like, conspiring that you are an abusive person.
D&D Asylum.
Okay.
Saying...
So they're... Okay, so they're trying to fake evidence against me. Have you been involved?
Yes.
You don't feel under any pressure right now?
Extremely pressured.
To do what?
So, like...
We're doing Red. I think the changes that Cyberpunk Red makes to net running are really good. I still kind of run it as a mix of 2020 and Red rules for net running. But it was a good idea to make the mix, because I kind of like the physical map layout that you get with the 2020 net running. But yeah, it's a very interesting. By the way, small detour for like 5 seconds, right? I have two people that are very good friends of mine. You're going to meet them in the Western campaign, right? But hold on, let me find it. So the two characters that I am DMing for are Nyx Cross and Nyx Wire. And the characters have gone on to take a life of their own as a comic that you can read about. The first chapter is up, so you should read it. Okay, it is very good. And Kat and Hal drew and wrote it respectively, so they've been doing a lot of work on it. So I just want to give respect where it's due for them doing that.
Hide stuff and be sneaky with Allie, because, like, I don't want to upset her. She was there for me, and then she wasn't there for me.
Yeah, this is completely made up, and I'm pretty sure Ellie was the one behind it. Again, there still isn't any proof of me doing this. That's not your evidence. We're not even started with what Allie has done.
Okay, this is really fucking goofy bananas. All right.
Allie is the one who started the rape allegations to begin with, not Anne. You will see this later in the video. So no matter.
Okay, I don't know about that, but I think we'll end it right there with the Allie stuff. Diesel, I don't want to be mean, but the comment reads so much like Andy and Lele. They don't fuck each other. I know what happens. They are very dependent on each other. They're very toxic, but it is not Andy and Lele. Oh shit, that's funny. Well, yeah, I think yeah, I know. I think we're gonna do this as a two-parter. I think we are, but yeah, I'm gonna end stream now and send you over to Xylee Gets Real. Okay, so have a good night, guys. And be like, wow, Xylee, you haven't talked about the Yandere dev stuff. It's pretty crazy. Love for you guys to say that in the chat. Okay. All right. Take care. And boom.